Hey everybody, happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Hey there, Gwen, Broke Cowgirl Homestead. Hey, Lisa Clovey, good to see you. Have I got a story for you? Hey, Sparkman, it's gonna be foul. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. I've got a wrapped up nasty finger. Um, it's official, Lisa Clovey. I am banned from using the mandolin. No. Arr. And I was being careful. I stupidly didn't put on my cut proof glove and I should have. So I cannot use the mandolin unless I have my cut proof glove on. Crazy. But thank God I recently was able to stop taking the blood thinners from the freaking uh you know COVID complications after all these years. So that was nice because it continued for quite some time. Way too long. And after I'm done here, I got to wrap it back up again. So I'm not typing too well. And if y'all text me, Lisa or Gwen, um, you may get some crazy errors in my messages because it's my right thumb, so kind of hard to type, making me crazy. But we had delicious zucchini bakes, so that was worth it. Hey, Holman's Homestead, good to see you guys. Yeah, mandolin 1, Lisa 0. Exactly. And you know how sometimes when you catch it, I'm not going to be gross, but you know how sometimes when you catch it, there's like a piece that you can put back? No, there's a piece missing. I was more mad that I had to waste the zucchini, throw that out, and then wash everything. Ugh, ridiculous. But yeah, I got to wash it and rewrap it after because doing chores after it started bleeding again. So I'm trying to not be gross, but it stinks. So yeah, use a cut proof glove with the mandolin. No, Sparkman, you know the if you want to slice things really thin, you use that sliding thing. You slide the vegetable on it and it's got a straight blade and it slices it really, really thin. I'll show you what I was making. I was going to make a video, but probably not going to make one now. But I will show you how good they came out. Hang on a minute. Sorry, my phone keeps going off, which is weird. I'm trying to look at it. All right, visual effects. Let me take this off. There we go. Yeah, those things. I took a piece of my finger off, Gwen, my right thumb, using the mandolin because I didn't use the cut proof gloves like I usually do. All right, so, but I wanted to show you how gorgeous these came out. Oh yeah, yeah, it's just delightful. So I made these for the freezer. Those are those little zucchini bakes, and they're 2-cup portions, and I cut them in half. Yeah, extra protein. Yeah, no, thank you. And I didn't have a block of Gouda, but I had slices because they're a lot cheaper than the block in town. And so this is what my little zucchini bakes looked like. I'm trying to move my hand out of the way. Don't they look so good? Oh, I'm in love with them. In love with them. So good. And so we just cut one and a half for dinner and we had that on the side with our chicken. And then what I did was, since I didn't have shredded Gouda, what I did was I put a slice in the middle and then a slice on the top So, yeah, it's going to be not happy tomorrow, I can tell. Hey, homesteading pastor, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Just trying to catch up, everybody. Yeah, it's such a pain. And now it's like your right thumb, so it's like it's impossible to type now. Hey, Alfonso, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It was good enough. It was. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, they were really, really good. I love that recipe so much. I taped it to the inside of my cabinet door, and I've been making them to put in the freezer because they're just so good. And yeah, so the bleeding finger was it sidetracked me for a bit. So, but anyway, so you guys, like, is this summer flying by or what? I mean, some of us had frost last night here. We did not see a frost per se, but we did hit 32 degrees, and tonight we're supposed to be about the same, if not colder. I'm garden sitting for a friend, and her garden was completely stopped dead in its tracks by frost. A friend of mine said she had 28. She's about 2 miles from us. So it goes to show you the topography, really, keeps changing and affects how things are. And it's crazy. Time is flying by. I feel like this summer was kind of slow to go, and then boom, it's gone. It just flew by. It's crazy. Yeah, Spartman and Lisa Clovey agree. Alfonso, I mean, I just know that it's illegal. That's all I know, but it'd be pretty hard to press it. Keeping you in our prayers, homesteading pastor. Gwen says, I'm so thankful it hasn't been a brutally hot summer, but hot enough to make me not want to be outside. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You've had some hot temps. It's just crazy because it's just crazy. Anywho, trying to think of what else. So no, Alfonso, you would not be in trouble if you were not driving. That's my understanding. You might want to consult with an attorney. At least during this cold snap, the skeeters are being kept at bay. Yeah, no kidding. I think you're up for frost, Spartman. You're in the frost advisory. We didn't get an advisory. We just got told it was going to get cold and be frosted. But I've got the squash all covered up again today. So hopefully we'll do all right. But yesterday it was breezy for a bit, so that helped to keep the frost off of everything. So that was good. But I saw Holman's Homestead, they talked about the weather being cooler by them. And y'all, if I'm watching your videos and you only get emojis, don't take offense. This is why. Or if you get a short comment, that's why. You're more than willing to let us have it over there. Thank you. Thanks, Spartman. You're just the best. You always share, so you're so generous. Yeah. It's funny because I was looking and they've got this huge frost advisory and it doesn't include us at all. And it's just making me crazy. It's not butcher paper. It's a huge one of those huge, you know, rectangular band-aids. And I've got a gauze pad underneath. I was walking around like Michael Jackson with a latex glove on my hand for chores. You are a giver, Smart Man. Thank you. 61 over by Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca, good to see you. Yeah, I think we're 52 and we're supposed to go down to freezing. Okay, so patchy over by you. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, Blue, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. 87. 87 over by Gwen. You win. Yay. 54 here. Not bad. I know, Holman. So you guys, I tell you, it's just dumb, 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 dumb. And I'm just so mad because now it's going to be irritating. So, but as long as it stops bleeding, we're good. That's what we're going to look at later because we've had it wrapped up since before dinner. So I'm going to look at it after this and determine and make sure it's okay. But at least it's not coming out of the bandage like it was. So that's a good thing. 10 Celsius. Blue, what's the Fahrenheit? Because I got to look that up. You know I'm not a metric girl. Get some wood putty and super glue and fill it in. I got a funny story for you about that. Hey, River Rat Homestead, good to see you. So Ryan and I tried that liquid bandage because it just wouldn't stop. So we tried liquid bandage and it was like, let's just say that gelled up. 33.8. Wow. Eek. Yeah, we're supposed to go down to about 32 Blue tonight. Wow. That's cold. Anywho, so my garden sitting days are all I have to do is water the root vegetables that are in there now and the cold hardy stuff. But we got all the stuff out of my friend's garden that we could today. You know me, even I pulled all the green tomatoes because they'll ripen. So, but we'll go back up again. That's the thing. Our temps are going to go back up again and they're delightful during the day. It's just, usually they're down in the 40s and 50s and that's fine. But 2 cold nights and poof, but I just want the squash to continue. Everything else will be fine, and we'll take it from there. Only plants I have growing now are some pole beans and potatoes. Oh, your potatoes will be just fine. And your pole beans, well, if it gets cold enough. My friend had rubbery green beans today when I picked them. I said I picked them. You'll have to take a look at them. So what have you guys been up to? Tell me what's been going on in yeah, ew, I know. Tell me what's been going on in your neck of the woods. I'd love to hear all the things you guys have been up to. Blue said just working her butt off and resting the other days or trying to. That's true. Sparman's up to no good as usual. Yeah. Holman's Homestead had an amazing video today and they showed their haul. I was trying to catch up on things while I was knitting, which I guess I won't be doing for a little while. So annoying. Red at River Rat, he said, all I have left is peppers and tomatoes. That's cool. I hope your peppers are doing well. Spartman said, in the process of moving a chicken coop to a different spot, have the fencing mostly up. Oh, that's exciting. Very good. Very exciting. It's supposed to be portable. That's awesome. Holman's Homestead has been doing more wood cutting, and Carolyn's been putting food away. She's been canning in her canning kitchen. That's awesome. How nice to have that canning kitchen, I tell you. Rebecca said she's been making knitted hats that are reversible. That's cool. That's very exciting. We went, and Carolyn would like this, Doug. We went and looked at, we went to an auction pickup yesterday. And so the pickup locations were 2 offsite at houses and 1 at the auction place. So we had to go to all 3 places. So we went to this one property, and they're usually for sale, or they sold, usually in the process of being sold. Well, this one was still for sale. All I'm going to say is it was all set up for us, meaning we could easily move in there, right? Nothing fancy, just move right in, right? Older house, and they had barns because they had horses. It was 7 3/4 acres, and the price was not wicked. Like, usually you see prices around here, they're like upwards of $1 million, right? Not that. So we were pretty excited, but way out of our budget. We're not moving. So, but the reason why I share this is I thought of Carolyn, Doug, because they had a second little cabin that had a kitchen and a living area, no bedroom. But all I could think about was Carolyn. I was like, that would be my canning kitchen, and that would be my fiber building. It was amazing. It was so cool. And I mean, they had all old style fencing up, but then they had the hot wire in between. So literally we could have just brought everybody over. And I was so wish that was around. Perfect location. But of course the thing is then I have to sell this place, and not ready to do that. So Blue, that's funny. Yeah, I heard I saw your video on that about the being scared about the pops. Chicken math has hit the homestead, Riverette said. That's funny. Spartman said he was naughty and stopped at Tractor Supply last week and bought 10 little fuzzballs home. That is so funny. It's only money, go buy it. Yeah, you need to have money to go buy it, though. Hey, Annette at the Cow Emporium. I'm sorry. Somehow I missed you coming in. I apologize. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. Hey, Jen. Good to see you, my friend Jen from Instagram. She's got a great account, Ruski Outdoors. Good to see you. She's been canning like crazy. I missed you coming in too. I apologize. That's usually not like me. Just become a politician. Yeah. Well, it was perfect. Perfect. Hey Barb, good to see you. Thanks for listening in. Hope you have a good dinner tonight. Gwen says Hatch Day is Monday. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so it was a really neat place, and I was really thrilled about it. And it even had like gardens, and it wouldn't need a ton. So it was kind of like, boo, I wanted to be there. So Gwen reminded me, good old dedicated Bessie is still sitting on eggs. It was 21 days earlier in the week. Nothing's happening. I don't know. So anyway, she's sitting on 4 eggs now. This weekend we're going to take her off of them and be done with that. Gwen gave me a really good idea to put eggs under her, but we talked about it, and this late in the game with the weather, I don't want chicks, because if she doesn't take care of them, and it's going to be really cold, so it's too late. Tanny was watching videos on rescue parrots last night. I told him rescue some chickens. At least they pay for their keep. Exactly. It won't cost us a kidney to pay for the heating bill. I agree. River Rat said I rescued 5. My son got 5, and I got 5, and now ordered 5. I have 25. Yeah, they add up pretty quick. We went from a dozen to 50 pretty quick too. We're a lot more, we're back down now. And we'll have to make some changes next year. That would be really cool, Spartman. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with chicks now with the colder weather coming. I mean, if she had them, I would have dealt with it, but I just figure, but I cannot believe how fast this is all going by. We're already in September, and it's the 5th. Part of me feels like with the weather, it feels like it should be later than the 5th, but it's not. It just came really early this year. Yeah, it went way too fast, Jen. No kidding. No kidding. I agree. So Jen's been up to canning and stuff like that. She's canning a lot of stuff. Her harvests are unbelievable. Really cool. And she just got a freeze dryer. I only say that because she posted it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing that information. I know. I agree, Doug and Carolyn. Never seen it go this fast, it seems. It just seems like we blinked. And it's crazy. Oh, okay. So the Cow Emporium said frost damage was minimal here. Thank goodness. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but yes, I'm glad. I saw what you posted on Instagram, and I'm so glad that those plants in between the 2 rows look good. You'll have to watch their video. I bet it's coming up in one of their videos. But I'm glad to hear that. Red said he just broke a broody hen. Good for you. I've had 2 broody all summer long. I just keep picking them up out of the nesting boxes and put them back on the floor. And then they get mad. They come out, they get water, they eat, and they go back. And they're not on anything except the ceramic ball. So I figure maybe they'll start actually laying in winter when we need them. Crazy it's time for frost. Seems like we had an early spring, though. Not sure about you guys. Yeah, so this is an early, I mean, anytime out in September is game for us. But typically it's mid to late September, sometimes October. So this was really early. I'm trying to think. Sorry, guys. I sat down and I had a yawn. I apologize. So I think before this one, it's always been mid to late September, and then other years October, and then I think it was 2020 in mid-September or 21. I think it was 20. We had snow mid-September, and it just killed all our tomatoes on the vine. And that's the hard part, because here where we are, people wait so long for their tomatoes, and they're all green on the vine right about now, just starting to blush, and boom. So it's kind of frustrating. Our spring is up and down. Um, but it really, I mean, we just don't consider it spring until June because of the frosts. Because you can't get anything put out. This year we had to wait because we had some frosts. Um, so yeah. I don't know. I don't know if Annette could speak to this, but like I know for us, spring and fall and winter, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but they all for me it's spring, summer, fall all meld together because winter is so long. So like winter could go from October to May, and then we have spring and fall and summer, June, July, August, and September. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels that way sometimes, I tell you. 2 months of summer, July and August is what she said. Yeah. I mean, I remember days where I remember years, we've only been here, let's see, so January will be 6 years. And there have been years where we started the heat end of September and the heat kept going until third week in June because we were still getting 30-degree nights or 40-degree nights and it was cold. But that's it, you know. I mean, spring is exciting, don't get me wrong. You start to see the grass growing and you're like, "Wow." But you also see frost on the grass in the morning. Gwen says 8 months of summer usually here, sometimes longer. See, you're flipped. So yeah, Gwen is flipped from me and Annette. So we can feed cattle starting in October until end of April, and that's 7 months. Yeah, it's a long, long time. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's amazing. Um, but I just recently Impulsivity 1, I took bok choy, cabbage, some of the early Wakefield cabbage, and I took some spinach, which never had great luck with spinach, but I had the seeds. So I threw in some rows of the bok choy that I grew indoors with the hydroponics one year. I tried to get Swiss chard seeds, but they didn't have any in the store because, of course, that's all put away. um, and I planted some spinach and some cabbage and have that in our first greenhouse. So I've been keeping it watered, keeping the door closed, and the bok choy is coming up. Well, I read that bok choy can be cold hardy. Um, some can be frost tolerant, is my understanding. Well, the variety that I picked that I had on hand was not frost tolerant. So we'll see how that's going to go. But I've got the spinach in there and the cabbage, and I'm curious to see how that goes. So that'll be interesting. River Rat said I'm going to get a greenhouse next year to try and extend my growing season. Cool. Get one that is not those plastic ones. meaning meaning those green plastic ones. They just don't last long. They just don't last long with the sun. Our first greenhouse, I call it greenhouse number 1. That was one we got off marketplace also. That's the hottest one and I love that one. Annette said, yeah, like why don't they expect people to grow longer? So here's the funny part. I was watching a video from My Alabama Farm Life and Kathleen just bought squash starts. And I'm like, I can't even get seeds. I know Harvey's has seeds. They had them on sale, but a lot of places put them away. And I'm just like, you can't get veggie starts around here. So I'm going to see how it goes. I put them in the greenhouse. We'll see what they do. and take it from there. So Tractor Supply has tomato starts by you? Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That is awesome. Well, because you guys, they probably figure you're fall gardening now because the heat of the summer is not as bad. That is wild. Yeah, I went into Ace Hardware and I said, "Do you have seeds?" And they said, no, we put those away about 2 months ago," which I thought was funny. I'm going to try and make it out of wood and windows from scrap stuff I have around here. That's awesome. Good deal. Jen said, "I was super pleased with MI Gardner seeds this year." That's awesome. I'm glad they worked well for you. Good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I want to get more Swiss chard. I just didn't have any. I don't know why I didn't have any seeds, which is really weird. So, hey, about 6 acres. Good to see you guys. But yeah, it was just kind of strange. It seemed like the bean and pea seeds I had this year were very slow to sprout and grow. Yeah, I had that last year with beans. They were very slow. Alfonso said winters here in Colorado start in October through end of May. Awesome. Awesome. River has been collecting a lot of pallets lately. Good deal. Oh, I wish you were closer. We have been cleaning up things that we don't think we're going to use. Um, Mainly, so like a friend of mine said she needed some pallets, and I said, "Well, we've got a bunch. Our neighbor had a bunch," and we said, "Well, we'll bring them over to you." So we've been doing that, just trying to straighten things up, get things a little more organized because we know that we're not really going to be building large infrastructure anymore. We're really not going to be um, rearranging things like we did the first 2 years where we were trying to fit everything in we could. So we're just trying to clean up a bit. So, and we've been putting stuff down in the back. But, oh, so some of you on Instagram saw this, but a lot of the times in my videos, when I show the videos of the back of the house, there was like down in the back where the meat bird pens are, and where we rotate the male pigs through. A lot of you guys comment, "What is that building back there? What is that building back there?" Well, it was a playhouse um, that we bought at an auction, ended up not using, and it's gone. So we're super thrilled to have that gone. I think I mentioned that last week, but just in case. So it's great because now we've got room for the forklift tractor down there and some other stuff. So that works out great. Excuse me. You guys have anything else you want to share, or just kind of curious? I'm probably going to get going here shortly just because I got to have Ryan redo my finger bandage here. About 6 acres. Summer flew by. I just checked our garden and I think we need to harvest our experimental sweet potatoes, not too hopeful. Well, you never know what's lurking under the dirt. You never know. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. Nope. Sorry about that. I don't know what it is when I sit down. I get all stuffed up. I'm sorry. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna get going because I gotta have Ryan redo my finger here and check it out and make sure it's doing okay. And I know he likes to go to bed early, but I will say a few things. I did do a video on the mock zucchini pineapple and the mock apple pie with zucchini. I just need to get it edited. And I'm hoping to get that up next week. I tried to do it this week, and then I just got tied up with some things. And the other thing I'm trying to think, because I know a lot of people asked for that last year, but I didn't have any more zucchini because frost hit. So I'm going to do that. And I did both of those in one video. And keep in mind, that's not approved recipes, so you don't have to like it. But they're super easy. I don't have a problem with it. The other thing I did was I canned the grape juice and I posted it on Instagram. I canned the grape juice just like I do the cranberries. Again, not an approved recipe. And I just say that so people are aware of that. If people get mad, that's their choice. But I think they have a right to know that. And the grape juice was absolutely amazing. I did it in May, and I opened up a jar yesterday or the day before, and it was amazing. I know you don't have approved recipes, Blue, but that's why I'm sharing it. I'm definitely gonna share it. But for my US friends who follow that and like to adhere to that, I respect that. But I still want to share these with folks because they asked about it, because it's just so easy. And then I was trying to think, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you, and I'm drawing a blank. So good night, River Rat. Good to see you guys. Well, hey guys, I'm sorry, chaotic all over the place. Mainly because my finger hurts. So I'm gonna go have Dr. Yogi Hollow Farm check it out and make sure it's all stopped and we're good for the night and I don't have to go anywhere. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I'll have that out next week. Good night, Jen. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Happy harvesting.